I'm very happy that, it's going to rain today as well. But I just wanted to come out and just enjoy the garden before that happens and enjoy the coolness of the garden and to appreciate the plants that are here. So my hand is full. Look at that. My basket is full of tomatoes. Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden. It's so good to be here with you today. I hope all is well with you. Well, today is Sunday and it is a cold and chilly day here in the Boston area. You would think that fall was right around the corner, but we're here in the middle of August, August 16th, and it is cold and chilly out. But you know what? It is a reprieve for the garden. Well, the garden is starting to take on a different hue. And when we are planning our gardens, we have to think about all of the different seasons that our gardens are in. Well, here in the Northeast, we experience the four seasons. We have, spring, summer, fall, and winter. And in each seasonal time, different plants grow. So in the spring, you have your bulbs like tulips and daffodils and crocus and things like that. They seem to be the plants that are most emphasized during that time. But then also you have the flowering shrubs and you also have the flowering trees. So you may want to plant a cherry tree or a pear tree because you'll get some nice blooms there, and that's what they are for you. But then in the summer, we have our roses. hydrangeas and lilies. And then as you get further into summer, you have other perennials that take center stage, like coneflower. And then towards the end, you have sedum. Sedum in the late summer, early fall, you start to see the sedums coming in and the dahlias. And if you plant cannas, they start to flower. At least mine is, and I'm so happy about that. Then in the fall, we look to our mums, our garden mums. And I love garden mums. I think they're so beautiful. They add color and take us into the end of the season. And then, of course, in the winter, we have our evergreen trees, our Christmas trees. And those shrubs that do not lose their leaves and maintain their evergreen look, like my arborvitae right here. And that adds color to the garden in the winter time. So when we're planting our gardens, we need to be aware of what is planted, what blooms at a certain time. That's called the succession of bloom. So as the seasons progress, each time you have different flowers, that show up during that time in your garden. And that keeps the garden interesting. But then, of course, in the summertime, we have our vegetable gardens too. And there's certain crops that grow best in the springtime, like our radishes, lettuce, kale, our brassicas. And then we have those that are really our summer crop. Good morning, good morning. I'm coming over here to harvest these tomatoes. It's going to rain and I don't want the water to burst the tomatoes, because tomatoes are sensitive. When they get too much water, what happens is that they burst. And so I don't want that to happen to the tomatoes here. These are too delicious to not just come out and pick them. So that's what I'm going to do. And there are quite a few here on the vine. And they're already red and delicious. I've been storing them in the refrigerator so that they can last a little longer, because they have been ripening quickly. You see those? I'm even going to take them like this. Here's some right here. They're going to be coming in fast and furious. Oh, it's almost like looking for, I don't know, gold? Precious food. I do like these cherry tomatoes. They're tasty. And I think this would be good to plant with children and let them come out and pick the tomatoes. I think they would have fun gathering their own tomatoes and then eating them. I might make them like salads a little bit more. If they had to be invested in the process of gathering the food. I think they would appreciate the food a lot more, because then they will know where their food came from. They're all so hidden. There's so many. Well, I think I did pretty well here. Now here in the vegetable patch, these tomatoes are ready to harvest. Look at that. Let me just reach right in here. I think building this fencing here and putting the tomatoes on the fence like this is a very good idea, because it makes it easier to harvest them. Ooh, I'm going for it. Ooh. I don't see any cucumbers, but I do see some more tomatoes there. But I don't think they're ready to eat yet. And then there's some over here. I'm going to pick this one. That's a different type. And this one here. Yeah. So you can see that this is very good. And the tomatoes are just growing on this vine, on the fencing, all the way around. And it's been easy to collect them, to harvest. Now I have here some kale, and my cabbage looks like it's getting a little bit bigger. But my focus is on the tomatoes. And look at this. I think this is Big Boy. Isn't it a beautiful tomato? It's perfect. Wow. Now, these tomatoes are good for cooking stew or making sauce, tomato sauce. I think I'm going to make some tomato sauce and put them away. So my hand is full. Look at that. My basket is full of tomatoes. Just from this garden and from the little 100s there. I've been able to capture or harvest. I've been able to harvest all of these tomatoes. That's really good. Tomatoes and peppers, the summer squashes, zucchini. Those plants grow best in the summertime. And then we have our fall crops, more so like our pumpkins. And then we actually have the brassicas and those other plants like cabbage and kale, lettuce, carrots that grow well in the cooler temperatures. So when we're aware of all of this, then we're able to set up our gardens a certain way. Here on the okra, you can see the flower developing right there. And then here's another okra forming. and here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 plants. That's great. Next year I'm going to have to plant more. Well, this is my harvest for today. Tomatoes and a couple of okra. Not bad, if I say so myself. This is a pinky hibiscus. More of the flowers opened up. This is very nice. It is definitely one of my favorites for this time of the year. I was talking about that as far as seasonal interests, and this hibiscus definitely takes the cake for this time of the year. Look at how big that flower is. And then when you have two of them together like that, it's just really, really beautiful. And then you can see this one here. A little smaller in size, but the impact is the same. Every garden needs to have one featured plant that just takes the cake, that takes the garden into a different look, and that you know that the season is changing because it has shown up. Well, that's what this hibiscus plant does for me. It lets me know that fall is on its way. So you might as well enjoy as much as you can of summer. And today it's like 71 or so in the garden. It's kind of cool. One thing about the hydrangeas is that it offers you all of these different changes. In the spring, the flower here for the bridal bouquet was more of the white, but now you can see the fall hue, the purpley hues coming forth. So it's a good plant to have in the garden, along with the supporting actors or actresses, the hosta and the geranium and the fern. And then of course my arborvitae, which will be here even in the winter when they have long since faded. So this is nasturtium, and they are very tasty. The flowers are edible. It has like a sort of peppery taste to it. They also are very attractive in flower, but it has a really nice taste, and it is an edible plant. We are about to transition into fall. And also in the fall, it's the time to gather seed for the next year. And I do want to speak about that right now we're at a time where it is important to gather seed. So if you have a favorite tomato that you love, find a way to gather that seed, to store that seed away for next year so that you'll have it and you'll be able to plant it in your garden. If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. How are you handling the seasons? And also, are you saving seed or gathering seed for next year so that you'll have seed to sow for spring 2021? Well, if you are, let me know down below. So thank you so much. I am very grateful to you for stopping by and being a part of Catherine's Garden. And I want to make sure that I'm making videos that are helpful and useful, but also that will fill you with a lot of joy. So come on back to Catherine's Garden and let us have a great time together here in the garden. Well, see you next time in Catherine's Garden. Bye. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Catherine's Garden. Bye.